Thank you again for being with me here today. I know it's Saturday, it's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You had your lunch, hopefully some coffee, and I hope with this presentation I will get the energy up and going. And I also hope that the topics that I'm about to share today will be useful for you and for your businesses. Now, without further ado, do let me give a short introduction about myself. As announced, my name is Alma Stanic. I am the Regional Business Development Manager for LABRYS Consulting. I have to say, I was fortunate enough in my business life to have experience in various industries, starting from Ernst & Young, financial audit, EU-funded projects, implementation of EU-funded projects in Bosnia and Herzegovina, energy and sustainability. I was working as an energy and sustainability manager for UK and Europe, IT company Clica, and finally I'm currently working as a regional business development manager for LABRYS Consulting. My interests are marketing automation, marketing technologies, advertising technologies, and organizational optimization. Now, just a bit information about the company itself for those of you who did not have a chance to interact with LABRYS. LABRYS is a new breed of a consultancy company. LABRYS' managing partners are two people who are coming from different backgrounds. One of the people being a marketing expert, a marketing guru with more than 25 years of experience in the marketing industry, professor of digital marketing in the Istanbul University, and the other one, let's say a tech guru with more than 30 years of experience in the IT industry when it comes to implementation and integration of very complex, high-level ERP systems and similar. And these two separate experiences are embedded into the company's DNA. Hence, we define LABRYS as a new breed of a consultancy company, and what we strive to do is to combine these two expertise of marketing and technology together with the business know-how in order to serve our clients. We have diverse team consisting out of business and technology consultants. We have hands-on experience in these topics, and we strive to act as a customer experience agents of our clients and our prospects. When it comes to the geographical coverage, we have offices in Istanbul, Sarajevo, and Dubai. Sarajevo is where I'm actually from, Bosnia and Herzegovina. But when it comes to the geographical coverage of the clients that we are serving, this is the yellow colors on the map show. We are covering the region of Central and Eastern Europe, CIS countries, Africa, Middle East. But I do have to mention that, for example, I do have a client whose headquarters are located in Malta, but it's doing majority of its operation through entire Southern America. So we can even say we're acting globally. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's a betting client with a headquarters in Malta. When it comes to the value proposition, let's say the services that we're offering to our clients, we wear a couple of hats. First and foremost, we try to help our clients when it comes to their customer experience transformational efforts. What this means, in practice, this would actually mean that we are working together with your teams in order to determine what kind of a strategy you have currently in place when it comes to your digital marketing or advertising or anything similar when it comes to data collection efforts. Once we do figure out what the strategy is that you have in place, and we speak with you about your goals and your dreams and what you want to achieve in the future with your business, then we move on to technology selection. We're working with many vendors, and once we pick the right technology piece which is suitable for your needs, we implement this technology, meaning that we are actually working also as a systems integrator. And finally, in many cases, we have faced situations where teams who are at place in the companies are lacking, let's say, maybe some knowledge, or you're lacking manpower at the end of the day, and through expert and strategic services, we help your companies get the best ROI numbers on these previously made technology investments. Finally, These are just some of the brands that we are working with and have been working with for these past years. And as you can see, I will point out Public Media Markt. This is the Greek Public Media Markt as one of our biggest clients with very heavy e-commerce operations, as you might have seen or used, hopefully, and also Greek OPAP. Now, enough about the company. You didn't come here today to listen to my sales pitch about the company. We are here today to discuss some more important topics, and these are the topics of modern marketing transformation and customer experience. Now, first and foremost, we can agree that we as individuals, while interacting with a certain brand, are facing and having certain experiences. They can be positive, they can be negative, they can be broken experiences. And at the same time, most of you in this room, 50%, if I remember correctly from my colleague, are also trying to sell your services or your products to your clients, prospects, and consumers. And while you are selling or striving to sell, you are revoking certain positive or negative experiences. Therefore, we can definitely conclude that today we are living in an experience economy, and that customer experience is a crucial part of the brand identity. With this being said, allow me to share with you one video that's been prepared by one of the vendors we are working with in order to give you a short snapshot on what customer experience has evolved to today, what do consumers actually want, and what they're asking for.
Yep.
Exactly. What are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? We are waiting for people to decide. We're waiting for people to pick our services and our products and to start creating these seamless customer journeys. One thing aside, customer experience, but also people start talking about investing. And when we do speak about the investment, I'm not only speaking about money, or how we salespeople usually politely call it commercial terms. I'm speaking about investment time, having the right strategy in place, having the right mindset, having the right team, and having, all of these data collection points. And in order to have all of that in place, do allow me to share that first and foremost, we are found and we're present in an era where it's crucial to be found and chosen. It's crucial to be at the right time, the right place, with the right message and the right content. And To get there are a couple of steps that companies need to undertake in order to get to that final place to increase the engagement. And with this being said, do allow me to introduce to you Modern Marketing 2.0 framework, which has been developed by LABRYS itself. And this is where I will spend majority of my time conveying the messages on what needs to be in place in order to get these conversion rates going up and what is important to have. Companies today are spending a lot of resources and putting them into advertising. And even before this advertising happens, everything starts with data. Data is the new oil, and it's only useful when it's refined. Data as such can be classified as known and the anonymous data. Known data is the data that you're currently holding in your CRM systems. This data usually involves some of the PII, personally identified information. These information are information like name, surname, mobile phone number, my previous sales transactions, and so on. This data is also called the offline data. On the other hand, the online data is the biggest struggle when it comes to the marketing departments, because it's the most difficult part of the organizations to transform this anonymous or online data into the known data and to get these interactions going with your prospects. Let me give you an example here. Let's say that I am browsing through your e-commerce web store first time, and I'm searching for a certain product, and through analytics at that very point, you are able to see which device am I using while I'm browsing to your e-commerce store? What product am I looking at the most in your product catalog? How much time am I spending? And once I leave the web page, what you want to do naturally at that point is to trigger a certain action to get me back on your e-commerce store, to get me to convert, to get me to buy. But if you don't have details about myself, how are you going to do that? That's going to be impossible. Hence, the first proposition of my today's session would be to start owning your own data on a first-party basis, to start building your system in a way that collects the data on a first-party cookie. When we speak about the data, it's also very important not to miss out on the third-party data. Companies today are relying on the third-party data in order to gain access to new audiences and to get the conversion rates going as high as possible. If you remember, in 2015, Apple has restricted the usage of a third-party cookie. Firefox followed this decision very fast afterwards. If we are going to take a look at the portion of, let's say, your users who are using Safari and Firefox as their default browser, we can conclude that at this very moment, you are losing 20 to 25% of your target audience if you are going to use a third-party cookie as an identifier. On the other hand, or to make things even worse, as read in the news, Google has announced the abolishment, the end of the third-party cookie as we know it. Now back to the story of how many users are using what. When this happens, actually, because this decision has been postponed a couple of times, but this is definitely something that is inevitable and that will happen and take place. And once this is placed into action, and if we are going to take into consideration the portion of the market who are using Google Chrome as their default browser, myself personally, you are going to lose 90 to 95% of your target audience if you're going to use the third-party cookie as an identifier. This is why it's very important to start collecting your own data on the first-party basis and to trigger the campaigns. Once we speak about this first part on the data, it's also very important to mention the audiences. Marketing people are also usually after segments. Segments, as you know, are based on demographics. Information such as gender, level of income, loyalty status. Let's say that I am a gold member of H&M. And as a gold member, as such, I want to be using the privileges of my loyalty status and to get certain coupons discounts. While I'm shopping at H&M, you may notice, the brand may notice that I like certain type of dresses or jeans. But if you are to closely monitor and watch my behavior, besides of being a woman of XY years and who likes certain dresses, you may also notice that I am a mother, I am a wife. And therefore, you can trigger my personality, or you can use my persona for 3 different campaigns, meaning that you can show me some personalized advertising on, let's say, toys for little boys, or a watch for my husband on the anniversary. So this is why it's also important to track those behaviors. Once we have all of these systems in place in order to collect the data on the first-party basis, then we push this data into, for example, marketing automation tool, and what we strive to do is to drive the omni-channel experience. When we speak about the omni-channel experience, it's very important to distinguish 2 or 3 things. Many companies here might even say, but I'm sending emails, I'm sending SMS, I'm sending instant messaging, I'm sending promotional messages via Viber. But the question remains, are you doing this in a synchronized manner? Are you able to design the customer journeys and to see exactly at which point am I leaving the purchasing cycle, trigger certain action, send me an email or personalized message, and get me back to your web asset and get me to convert, to purchase, to lead me down the funnel. Another problem here is the difference between the departments. We all know, especially in, let's say, large corporations, sales department has its own technology solution, marketing department has another technology solution, customer service has a third-party solution. And these 3 departments are not communicating between each other, meaning that for them, myself as a single person, I'm 3 different persons in their eyes. Why is this important to have the data flowing between the departments? I had a bad experience with your brand. I called up the call center and I told them I don't ever want to hear from your brand again or see your messages or hear anything about you. The question here is, once marketing, if marketing departments knows this information, do you really want to spend money on advertising to me? The answer is no. Because you'll be wasting money. I already was disappointed. So this is just one of the ways how important it is to have the data flowing between the departments, to have systems in place which can allow you to view one person as one entity, to have the customer 360. And today, this is possible to have through solutions which offer unified customer experience management. Finally, if we're going to collect the data on the first-party basis, if we're going to track the behaviors, enrich the audiences, push all of this information into omni-channel experience tools, the engagement will definitely follow, and these numbers will keep going up. Thank you very much. This has been everything for today.
Thank you. Thank you, Alma. So the big bet that will make you a loser or a winner is the journey.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Ερωτήσεις.
tracking.
Yeah. Ερωτήσεις. Questions. Here.
So hello, I'm Kyriaki from Drama. It's very nice experience having you here. So I'm going to ask you just like, why LABRYS? It's a Greek word.
Well, valid question, because all of these brands behind me can testify why LABRYS. So I'm not going to say big words about me, but I think to have permission to use PMM as a brand here openly and publicly tells enough why LABRYS. Thanks you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Alma.